friends, welcome to my channel Gauri's 3 C's. Today we're going to do a small gift card wallet or a gift card envelope, as you can call it. It can hold one gift card, so especially in the holiday season or end of the year, if you are giving a gift card to your co-workers or teachers or anybody, you should be, the best part about this gift card holder is that you can get 4 out of 1 sheet of cardstock, so it's really economical that way. Let me put this aside and let's go ahead and get started. So this is a quarter sheet of a cardstock, so it measures 4¼ by 5½. There are a few pieces of pattern paper or design paper, that series paper that you will need. I will put up the measurements somewhere on the page. I got the inspiration for this through a channel that I watched, the Paper Pixie. I will link her up. She has awesome videos on a lot of paper projects. But her dimensions were slightly different. They would with her dimensions, you would get 2 per piece of per 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and I wanted to try and see if we can get 4 out of them. So I changed the dimensions a little bit, but but the overall procedures, steps are quite the same. So 4.5, 4¼ by 5½. The papers measure 1. Sorry, this one is 1 3/8 by 3 3/8. This one measures 3 3/8 by 2 3/8, and a few pieces of other paper that we'll need as we go ahead and stamp. So why don't we go ahead and get started? First, scoring. On the 4¼ inch side, which is the shortest side, you need to score this at a 3/8 inch on both sides. So 3/8 this is the first, second, third, 3/8. 3/8 inch on both sides. So once you score it on both sides, then on the long side you need to score this at 1½ inches on both sides. So that's 1 and 1½. Turn it around and 1½ again here. That's all the scoring that we need to do. I'll put this away for now. Over to some cutting that we'll need to do. For the cutting, it's quite easy. We need to get these 4 skinny rectangles out. So that's as you cut it, you need to make sure that you take the score line off. So cut inside the score line, closer to this side, closer to this rectangle, larger rectangle. Whenever I start off with a new project, it's always time for me to open up a new pack or open up new paper that I've not used in the past, and the whole touching and feeling new paper is really exciting. For some people, there are other things that makes them happy, but for me, paper, new yarn, these are things that just make me really happy. Now, once you have that trimmed off, the next step is we could go ahead and put our pattern paper, but we can also do one additional step after we put the first piece of pattern paper in, and I'll come to that in a minute. Let's just adhere the pattern paper. You could use liquid glue, or I'm just using my tape gun. It's faster. So it just leaves a smidge of a border, about 1/8 of an inch of border on around the area. Now before we adhere this panel, now this is going to, it doesn't matter which one folds in, which one folds out, but if this is going to be your top, this is where you would go ahead and put in your pattern paper. One additional step that just adds a little bit of a good, better professional look to it is to round the corners. So you could go ahead and do that now. Make sure that you do that now and also round the corners on your pattern paper just to match the corners here. Turn out that right. Okay. That's the pattern paper. Go ahead and round the corners here. And then we could adhere that here. This as well leaves just about 1/8 of an inch border. Now for these two sides, we can use our bone folder and burnish it down. And this is the side that is going to close in like an envelope. So this this can be called an envelope gift card holder rather than a gift card wallet, really. Right, so this is going to close in like this. Obviously, we don't need any glue or any adhesive on this portion. All we need is adhesive on this portion. So we can use the measurement here as a guide. And you need slightly stronger adhesive. So I'm going to go ahead and take my tape, score tape. Right. Peel off the backing. And press it down. Right. That is all. We're almost there. Let's just check to make sure the gift card fits in. It's a gift card. Perfect. So that should fit in. The standard size, there are standard dimensions for a gift card. So hopefully, if it's as long as it's the same standard dimensions, these should work. All right, over to some decorating next. I have a few pieces, panels and a few panels of designer paper and some cardstock as well. And I'll put up the measurements up here. The designer series paper or the pattern paper measures 1 3/8 by 3 3/8. The colored layer measures, I think I see that wrong. I did say that wrong. So this measures 2 3/8 by 1 1/8. This measures just 1/8 of an inch lesser, so 2 1/4 of an inch by 1 inch. And this one measures 2 1/8 of an inch by 7/8 of an inch. So these are going to go one on top of the other. Let me go ahead and put that in before I stamp. Let me go ahead and just mat them together before I stamp. The next layer. Just a small border that is forming up there. Okay. Now time for some stamping. I have just taken a generic one, and here a quick tip. One of my other stamp blocks was just too big for it, so I just diagonally mounted. Obviously, we've learned it in school that the sides, the individual sides for a square, the individual sides are shorter than a diagonal. The diagonal is the longest. So I'm going to use the diagonal and then just hope that it turns up straight. All right. Ink up the pad as well as you can. Line up and a firm stamp. Apply firm pressure there. Okay. All right. Now we're going to use this as a way to close the gift card holder. So since we're going to use this as a way to close, I'm only going to adhere this to the top portion, and to the lower portion I'm going to use a piece of Velcro to attach that to the base here. So we'll do that. For the top portion, again, I'll use stronger tape. Make sure I have it right. All right, this side. So use a stronger tape here. Maybe I'll double, hopefully. I think one should be fine. Right. Roughly center it, and that's in there. Now for this portion, have a small piece of Velcro cut with the loop and the hook side one on top of the other. This is just regular Velcro. I think mine is a slightly stronger Velcro, but if you are using Velcro for paper, you do get Velcro for paper, which is kind of lightweight, which would probably be a lot more ideal. But the way to attach double-sided Velcro is you put them together, the hook and the loop side, put that on one side of your work, and then you take the backing off of the other side and press it down firmly. Once you've pressed that down firmly, now when you try to open it, it should open like a wallet, with one side having the hook and the other side having the loop. Right? So there you have it, a gift card holder that you can make 4 in 1 from one sheet of cardstock, which is always economical, and it's a great project, not wasting any of your 8.5 by 11 cardstock. I hope you get a chance to try this, and if you do, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next one.